تهاني الحب تسبقنا إليها وتنثور وردانا من مقلتيها يرفرف سعدنا في كل درب فيبتهل السال الطافي عليها تهاني الحب تسبقنا إليها وتنثور وردانا من مقلتيها
منشئ السحاب ومنزل الكتاب ومسبب الأسباب وخالق الناس من تراب أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله أيامًا ليس لي منه مجير بعفوك من عذابك أستجير أنا العبد المقر من كل ذنب وأنت يا سيد المولى الغفور فإن عذبتني فبسوء فعلي وإن تغفر لي فأنت منه جدير وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله ذكر الله ذكره بذكره فلا يذكر إلا ذكر معه جعل شريعته ناسخة للشرائع فلو كان موسى حيا لاتبعه بعث للعالمين وكان النبي يبعث لقومه صاحب الشفاعة العظمى حين يذهل كل أحد عن ولده ووالده وأمه ومن أجل ذلك ذكر الشعراء أعلام عصرهم ذكرت الذي من أجله الكون يبهج وإن ذكروا ليلى ولبنى فإنني بذكر الحبيب طيب الذكر ملهج صلى عليه الإله الحق ما صدحت قمرية فوق الأغصان الأفانين ثم سلم عليه رب العرش ما ابتسمت زهرة فوق العرش البساطين والآل والصحب والأتباع كلهم والتابعيهم ليوم الحشر والدين أما بعد فيا عباد الله اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون ثم اعلموا رحمكم الله إن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله عز وجل وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار إخوة الإسلام أحباب وأتباع رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول ربي وربكم وخلق الإنسان ضعيفا. Verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran that وَخُلِقَ الْإِنسَانُ ضَعِيفًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created human beings to be a weak and he will ever be weak. Human beings, whatever that he's going to be, whatever strength that he's going to have, whatever power that he's going to have, whatever kingdom that he's going to have, but in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defined him, he will always be a weak. Because of this, human beings, there's an unseen things that he doesn't know. If this thing, it is clear for him or it is a shadow for him. If these things, it has more advantage to him or it has more disadvantage to him. If this thing, it has more benefit to him or if it has more harm to him. In the time before Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, people when they want to know if these things, there's a benefit to them or if the things, it will harm them, what they used to do, they will go to magicians and ask magicians. So magicians, he will do whatever he's going to do and he will tell them that whatever that you're going to do, it will be khair for you. Or whatever that you're going to do, don't do it. Because there's no khair in it. Or sometimes what they used to do a vote. They will have three things. One of them is written, I'm going to do it. Another one is written, I'm not going to do it. And another thing has not written anything. So they will do the vote, and whatever the vote is going to appear, they are going to do this thing. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he sent Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and he came with the akhlaq, as Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says that, بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ I was sent to perfect for you your manners and your good deeds. So Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he defined that anyone who goes to these magicians, anyone who goes to this sahir, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he will not accept his salah for 40 days. And it is not only that. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, مَنْ أَتَى عَرَّافًا فَصَدَّقَهُ بِمَا يَقُولُ فَقَدْ كَفَرَ بِمَا أُنزِلَ عَلَى مُحَمَّدٍ. Anyone who goes to a magician or to a sahir, and he believes whatever he is telling him, then he disbelieves whatever was revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He disbelieved the deen of Islam. He disbelieved the religion of Islam and also the Quran of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So because of this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not left us to be in this situation, on the situation of us being a weak. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also show us in a better way how we can seek help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He prescribed for us a specific salah called Salatul Istikharah. And this is what we're talking in today's khutbah. Some of us, when we're really confused, what we do is, we go to magicians, we go to the sahir, and we ask them, whatever I'm going to do, how is it? And this is the only sin that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not accept. إن الله لا يغفر أن يشرك به ويغفر ما دون ذلك لمن يشاء. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't forgive any sins that you associate partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whenever that you're going to magician, you associate partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because you don't believe the qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't believe the unseen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, say to them that لا يعلم من في السماوات والأرض الغيب إلا الله. No one knows. The one who is on the earth, all of the people who is on the earth, forget wherever that they're going to be. If he's going to be wherever that they're going to be, they don't know al-ghayb. And those people who are on the sky, they don't know ghayb illa Allah, apart from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when you're going to magician, you're saying that he is equal to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He knows the ghayb, he knows the unseen. So that's why you associate in partner with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if you die in that way, you will go to the hellfire. So Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't leave us in this way. They taught us how to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How are we going to know the unseen of things that we're going to do? And this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prescribed for us Salatul Istikharah. Salatul Istikharah. Dawood alayhi salam, he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, ayyu abdin abghadu ilayk. O Allah, which among of your slaves who is so worst and so angry at you, Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to Dawood alayhi salam, Abdun istikharah, a person who made istikhara. By the way, istikhara, it is seeking a help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from two matters that are confused on you. Two matters that are confused on you, and you don't know which one it is better for you. It is better for you to marry this woman. It is better for you to take this job. Is it better for you to go to this university? It is better for you to do these good deeds. This is the istikhara. And before I come to the Dawood alayhi salam, istikhara, to explain istikhara, you only do istikhara to the things that it is mustahab. Things that it is mustahab, it is allowed for you to do it. You don't do istikhara to the things that it is wajib. You don't seek help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya Allah, shall I go and pray Salatul Dhuhr? Shall I go and pray Salatul Maghrib, Salatul Isha? This is, you don't have to seek help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because it is wajib for you to do it, and you must do it. And you don't have to seek help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on things which are makruh. Things which are makruh. Shall I do it or not do it? It is makruh, and you know it is makruh, you don't do it. And you don't seek help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on a thing that it is haram, and you know it is haram. Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm going to drink wine only one day. So I want you to help me with this one, if I will go or if I will not go. Or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I want to do zina, a fornication or adultery, Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What shall I do, Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? These things, you're not allowed to do it. You're not allowed to do it. You will only do it on the things it is divided into two. When it is divided into two, and it is also allowed for you to do it. It is allowed for you to do it. And most of us, we have misconceptions of Salatul Istikharah, and which we're going to explain these misconceptions that we have regarding Salatul Istikharah. So Dawood alayhi salam, he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ya Allah, ayyu abdin abghadu ilayk. Which among of your slaves, Ya Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he makes you so angry, and he is the worst person. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Abdun istikharah, a person who made istikhara to me. فَأَخَرْتُ لَهُ أَمْرًا. and then I chose for him something which is better for him, فَلَمْ يَرْضَ عَلَيْهِ. And he wasn't even satisfied whatever I chose for him. Whatever the thing that I chose for him, he wasn't even satisfied. From this it shows that even in the time of Dawood alayhi salam, people they used to do istikhara. In the time of Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, when Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he went to propose to Zainab. Zainab should have done istikhara. Why is she going to do istikhara? And someone who was the best person on the earth came to propose her. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam went and proposed her, but she went and she went straight away. She done istikhara. She went and done istikhara. So even if you know the thing, it is khair for you, what you have to do you always have to do istikhara. Because of why? Because wallahu ya'lamu wa antum la ta'lamun. Verily Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows unseen, and none of us we know unseen. There's a thing that it is hiding in front of our curtains. We cannot see the unseen. So Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as Jabir, he narrates in Sahih al-Bukhari that كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يعلمنا الاستخارة كما يعلمنا سورة من القرآن. Verily Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, he used to teach us how to pray Salatul Istikhara as exactly how Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he will teach us how to read a surah from the Quran. And this is the thing that has been left over. None of us, we talk about Salatul Istikhara. If you're talking, some of the ulama they say, if you're talking about the Quran, it is also how Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he used to teach his Sahaba how to make istikhara, exactly how he will teach surah from the Quran. He will teach them how to make, how to read the surah from the Quran. So Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, Jabir radiallahu anhu, from this hadith, إِذَا هَمَّ أَحَدُكُمْ أَمْرًا. Listen carefully the ibara. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, if one of you intend to do any matter, it doesn't mean marriage. Most of us will have the conception of, I'm going to pray Salatul Istikhara only when I want to get married. Nothing else. But Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says that إِذَا هَمَّ أَحَدُكُمْ أَمْرًا. If any one of you intends to do anything, if the matter that you're going to do, it is big things, or if the matter that you're going to do is a small thing, if the matter that you're going to do, it is, you know it, as we explained to the hadith of Zainab, or if the thing that you're going to do, it is, you don't know it, you must pray Salatul Istikhara. You must pray Salatul Istikhara and leave your matters to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Leave your matters to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will solve all your problems. Salatul Istikhara, most of us, we know Salatul Istikhara. And most of us, we know the dua of Salatul Istikhara. But the misconceptions and misunderstanding that we have, each one of us, it is us not understanding the dua itself. This is one thing, us not understanding the dua of Salatul Istikhara. The dua of Salatul Istikhara, not us understanding, we also missing the meaning of Salatul Istikhara. That's why you will see someone who wants to use a shortcut. The shortcut that he is using, it is going to magicians, going to someone else, rather him standing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to solve his matters. This is one problem and one misunderstanding that we have, us not understanding the Salatul Istikhara. Another way, it is most of us, we have the misconception of that. When I pray Salatul Istikhara, I will see in my dreams that wherever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose for me. And be careful with that. Sometimes the dreams, it will come in a form of a shaitan. Because the dreams that we see most of the time, it is in the three categories. من الله من الشيطان وما تحدثت به النفس. Dreams, it is in three categories. One of them, it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is a true dream. It is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he explained to us which one is a true dream. And he said, Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he says, أَصْدَقُ الرُّيَا بِالْأَصْحَابِ. The true dream, it is the dream that you see in the time of suhoor. The time that you eat suhoor, that time if you're dreaming, which means 1 hour before Fajr, and you wait on the bed and you wake up and you see in a dream, this is a dream, it is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And there's another dream which is from shaitan. From the shaitan, it is any other dream that you dream between this hour. Any other dream that is confusing you 1 hour before Salatul Fajr. and you dreamed other things which is not common to you and you haven't done on that day, this is from shaitan. So you have to ignore and you don't have to tell anyone. And another type of dream, it is وَمَا تَحَدَّثَتْ بِهِ النَّفْسِ. Anything that someone been talking the whole day, maybe you went and you're doing accounting, you're sitting on the computer, and when you go, what you will see? You will see in your dreams that you're typing, you're doing this one, you're saying, because of why? Because the whole day this is what you've been doing. One of the time, this one person who was a fisherman. He went to one of the scholars and he said that, I want to see Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in my dream. The scholar, he asked him, what do you normally do? What is your job? And he says, I'm a fisherman. And he says, try to catch a lot of fishes and then go to your wife and tell your wife to prepare the food. So nicely to prepare the food, and then try to eat the fish without any other food, only fish, and do not drink water. So this person, he went and he done whatever the scholar told him. So he went, and of course he wanted to see Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He went to his wife and he said, my wife, I want to see Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prepare a best fish today. So the wife prepared everything and he sat down the whole night eating. And as soon as he went to the bed, what he can see on his dream, it is him not drinking water, him seeing fishes and everything. In the next, early in the morning, he went to the sheikh and complained to the sheikh, you lied to me. Why? Why are you saying that if I eat fish, I will see Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? And the sheikh told him that it is exactly, if you really want to see Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the whole night you have to spend with Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, mentioning Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In this way you will see Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But you want to see Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and you don't follow Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Innal muhibba liman yuhibbu muti'u. Anyone who loves someone, he will obey that person. And you want to love Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and you don't follow whatever Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is doing it, then it's going to be impossible. So dreams are in three categories. One of them it is from Allah, one of them is from shaitan, and one of them it is whatever you've been doing during the day. So it is not common for you to go and see in your dreams wherever you want. It is not common. You might see it or you might not see it. But this is the misconception that we have. Always we say that we're going to see in our dreams. In your dreams, it will come shaitan and he will make you to do the wrong decision that you're going to regret in your life. So it is not common for you to see in your dreams. It is not common for you to see in your dreams. Other misconception that we have, it is when you pray in Salatul Istikhara, most of us, we know that in the first rak'ah I'm going to read قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ, and in the second rak'ah I'm going to read in قُلْ وَاللَّهُ أَحَدٌ. And in all of the hadith of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there is nothing that mentions us reading a specific surah in Salatul Istikharah. When you have this misconception that I'm going to read in this specific surah and it has not been narrated from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then that salah that you're praying will not be accepted. Will not be accepted because of why? Aisha radiallahu anha, she said that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Man ahdatha fi amrina hada ma laysa minhu, fahuwa radd." Anyone who innovates anything into our religion, it will be rejected and not be accepted. So your salah will not be accepted, even though there's some of the ulama, they say that it is good for you to read قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ and قُلْ وَاللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, but there's no any ahadith that been narrated from Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that you have a specifically surah that you have to read Salatul Istikhara. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in the hadith of Jabir, he says that فَلْيَرْكَعْ رَكَعَتَيْنِ مِنْ غَيْرِ الْفَرِيضَةِ. Anyone who intends to do something, then let him pray 2 rak'ahs. The 2 rak'ahs that you're going to pray, it is not the fardh rak'ah. 2 rak'ahs that you're going to pray, it is nafil. It is a nafil, 2 sunnah prayers that you're going to pray. What time I'm going to pray? You can pray any time that you want, except the time that the salah are not allowed to be prayed. After Salatul Fajr, after Ishraq, you're not allowed 10 minutes or 15 minutes before Dhuhr, you're not allowed. And then after Asr, even though there's some of the ulama, they say that you are allowed to pray in this salah. Even though there's some of the ulama, they say that you can even pray Salatul Istikharah with other nafil salah. Other nafil salah. For example, most of us when we enter masjid, we pray 2 rakahs of tahiyatul masjid. With these 2 tahiyatul masjid, you can have intention of you praying Salatul Istikharah and salat of tahiyatul masjid. You can combine both of them with the same intention. But You cannot combine Salatul Istikhara with Tahiyatul Masjid. You can combine Tahiyatul Masjid with Salatul Istikhara. You cannot put the intention of I'm going to pray Salatul Istikhara and then you change your intention that I'm also going to pray Salatul Tahiyatul Masjid. This is other conceptions that most of us we have in our mind. And when you remove all of these misconceptions, all of this misunderstanding, is the time that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He will accept your dua. This is a specific dua, and most of us we know the dua. When are we going to read the dua? And why the dua that we're going to read, it is after. The dua that you're going to read, as most of the books has been written, this du'as of hadith of Jabir ibn Abdullah. You read the dua after the prayer. And why do we read the dua after the prayer? It is because we leave in all our matters to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, he says that ما رأيت أحدا قط. I've never ever seen anyone who will make more istishara on his Sahaba like Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, whenever the matter that he's going to have, he will go to his Sahaba and he will make istishara. Why I'm mentioning about istishara? It is recommended that before you pray Salatul Istikhara, you go and seek advice. Who are you going to seek advice? To someone who you trust, to someone who you can rely your matters and your information, and you know that you will not expose these matters to anyone else. So you take your matters and you tell him. You're not going to tell anyone. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says that Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says that anyone who wants to do something, he says, اقضوا حاجاتكم بالكتمان فإن لكل ذي نعمة محسود. Seek your matters by privately. You don't have to tell everyone the matter that you're going to do. Always privately. Do it in a private way. Because of why? إن لكل ذي نعمة محسود. Anyone who has any ni'mah, anyone who has any bounty that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to him, there's an envy person who is envying him. So you have to know who you will rely your information to. You can't rely on anyone. So what happened? You will seek istishara, advice from someone. After the matter is coming not clear, you go and pray Salatul Istikhara.